Good morning. Welcome to my presentation. Um, my presentation is Technology and Nature, Who Can Benefit? So, starting off, the background for my project. Studies have shown us that in the 21st century, we see a increased disconnection with nature. And this happens because Americans spend about 90% of their time indoors. Most of this time is spent in buildings, in their cars, things like that. So people tend to spend more time indoors, less time outdoors, and etc. So while we see this happening, we also see a decrease in the use of parks, fishing, hunting, camping, stuff like that. And this is very concerning because if we don't hang out in nature, if we don't spend time in nature, why would we care for it? Now, the problem is that some critics have blamed this disconnect on technology. However, other studies have shown that I believe that with the use of technology, we can reconstruct this connection and create an even better relationship with nature. So for my question, for my research question, I looked at what characteristics identify someone that could benefit from combining technology with nature and how can they best be served. So I did my internship for Friends of Discovery Park. Friends of Discovery Park, their goal is to keep the park available and enjoyable for everyone. So my work for the park focused on creating this educated map, this of the historical district of the park. So you can see in Figure One a screenshot of the walking tour app or the web page we've made for the park. So people can go to the park, pull up their phone, look at type in the code, the website, pull up this interactive map, and use this map, use their smartphone as a self-guided tour of the park. This is what I've done with my internship. So to answer my research question, I created an online survey. I surveyed the greater Seattle area by posting the link in numerous um, neighborhood groups on Facebook, on Twitter, spread the information. And I gathered a lot of information, people's opinions about the use of technology in nature and how they think the two should be combined or not at all. So findings of my survey are shown below. Um, we see that um, people who identify as a technophile, and these people, this means that people, you identify as a technophile if you enjoy the use of technology, enjoy the use of computers, smartphones, stuff like that. And we see a clear difference between the people who do this, who identify as a technophile, and the people who don't. We see, if we look at Figure One, I asked the question, I asked the people if they think that technology like smartphones and nature will take away from the outdoor experience. And we can clearly see that people who identify as strongly or somewhat technophile see way see see way less obstruction of the use of technology than people who don't identify as a technophile. You can see on the left side of the graph that 99% of the people who identify as strong technophile um, disagree or somewhat agree with that statement. So people don't people who enjoy technology and use technology have a more open mind towards using technology in nature. And this is what we see in question Figure Three. We see that I asked the people the question if they think that technology can be beneficial, um, and we see that people who identify as technophiles um, very strongly agree or somewhat agree with this statement. And once again, people who don't identify as technophiles, we see that they're more resistant against this statement and don't seem to want to give it a try and work with it. So going off these, and I have a lot more data, and unfortunately I can't put it all in the poster, but going off this, we can see that the group who people who identifies as technophiles are more willing to use technology in nature and are more willing to use these kind of modern day technological tools to create this better relationship with nature. And this is what we, going off that, I asked them the question, what types of technological tools would they prefer? So if we look in the top right corner of my poster, we see a pie diagram showing the four biggest um, possible technological tools that people selected and people choose from a list, a multiple choice question from a list. And we see that 36% of the respondent thought that a mobile tour guide, including pictures and text, would be most beneficial. We also see that 23% of the people who did my survey think that a mobile tour guide that is audio based and doesn't include text or pictures could be very beneficial. So this is basically what we made for Friends of Discovery Park. We made a text based walking tour for their park. So what we see is that how do we use this? So we could use this data and this information to target the people, technophiles, in a way that makes using technology and nature beneficial for them to create this better relationship. Um, Parks can use technological tools to parks can offer these technological tools to people walking tours to help them create a better relationship with nature. Last, I want to acknowledge my site supervisor, Garrett, and my faculty advisor, Christy, for helping me guide it through this project.